Yo, what's good? We all know my videos are not scripted as I don't really make videos, I only make shorts, but I just needed to make a video on this guy again. So, if you're familiar with my channel and my content, you may remember a couple months ago I debunked this Nick.exe character, and let's just say I went back to his channel and he's still doing the antics. Now, I made a short debunking his character a second time, but then he actually responded with his own debunk of some of my characters. So I just like to debunk his debunk, therefore rebunking my characters. And if you're new here, basically how this is going to work is we're going to be watching the videos together and I will pause to make points and debunk anything or clarify anything or just generally put in some input. And yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so this is your character's weakest form, so that's why he's weak. Okay, sure. That's justifiable and reasonable. That there's nothing wrong with this statement. It's just that, yeah, no, he's in the clear here. Okay, so I've searched the JoJo's wiki and also the wiki for the game that they're playing about Star Fury. Star Fury does show up in the game's wiki, and it states that Star Fury can manipulate the stars and stop time. So I guess Star Fury would be star level. I don't know where you got outer versal from. You still have to prove that to me that it is high outer versal. And you can't just say that. You have to show scans. You have to show evidence. You have to show proof that it is high outer versal. I'm sorry, but where did you get galaxy level? This makes no fucking sense. How is it galaxy level? I'm going to rebunk this. So, if you look on Versus Battle Wiki and Character Stats and Profiles Wiki, it verbatim, well, at least Versus Battle Wiki, they literally say that, and I quote, an infinite amount of Hilbert Spear dimensions is high hyper. But they also state that in fiction, this is generally represented by an infinite hierarchy or an infinite spanning layers of hierarchies. Like, if you know SCP 3812, the infinite narrative stack, it's basically like that, where each reality transcends the last reality, and so on and so forth. For the same reason Madrina is actually high hyperversal, then that would make Foxina high hyperversal too. And depending on how you interpret the statement, you could interpret it as Foxina being completely superior to Madrina, which would make her superior to an infinite amount of dimensions, which would make Foxina low outer versal on the Versus Battle Wiki, if you interpret it that way. That's wrong, and let me explain why. Okay, so you said that this is irrelevant layers into solar system level. Well, first off, that you cannot have layers in 3D structures. You can't have layers. You cannot have layers, for one. And for two, it is physically impossible for this to even be solar system level. Even if you disregard Jugian archetypes and Platonism, it literally states that there exists an infinite amount of dreams, and those dreams span across the limitless line that is the Night Realm. The Night Realm is completely transcendent to dualism. So already that's literally a high 3A structure, because there's an infinite amount of them. There's an infinite amount of dreams. We're talking about the human mind here, by the way. Also, limitless line. It is infinite. And in this context, the limbo would scale above people like the lower gods, who were stated to be 8th dimensional gods, and just alone by that one other statement, yeah, it'd be complex multiversal. Oh yeah, by the way, about the Jugian archetype thing, so Because it is a Jugian archetype, it would be abstract in theory and beyond dimensionality. It literally scale above dimensionality. It does not need it. It is separate to it. It literally transcends it by nature. And transcending dimensionality would unironically be above the versus battle wiki tiering system. But I don't like that necessarily. So we're just going to lowball this all the way to CSAP's low, well, just as character stats and profiles wiki low outerversal. I meant outerversal, even though this should realistically scale to at least infinite layers into boundless, is still a lowball for this due to the context of the developer showdown cosmology. It would scale way higher than this. So yeah, it like in even irrelevant layers into boundless is a lowball. Omega layers into boundless is like the mid ball where this would scale. Okay, so you say that the reason why you are faster is because we cannot see you. So, I don't know if you know this, but it'd basically be perception blitzing the viewer or the person who you're fighting at that moment, which at best would be subsonic speeds. Yeah, you know, you're not like irrelevant speed just because we can't see you. That's just perception blitzing. And realistically, perception blitzing, low ball with no other context, by the way. We don't know how fast these other characters are. And this would make this subsonic plus. You are faster than sound. Great job. You're now slower than fucking Tokyo Revengers characters. This literally does not scale anywhere without context, and you have not given context. You do realize that saying outer verse doesn't automatically equate it to the outerversal tier, because the root meaning for outerverse means out of this universe. So this literally could be interpreted as a universal structure outside of the universe, and you said you kicked him outside of the universe. That's outside of the universe, which, if they are like on top, like if the universe is then inside of the outerverse, and you kicked him beyond that, I guess that'd be like a low multiversal feat, I guess. But that's how I'm interpreting it. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, saying that you can kick with enough force to send him flying through multiple universes. Yeah. And Yeet is throwing something very fast, so I'm also going to give you the fact that you have MFTL plus combat speed. I guess I'm just going to give you that for free. Also, Foxina can do that. It's not hard, because remember, you can't just say outerverse and it automatically means outerversal. Like, you can't say hyperverse and it automatically means hyperversal. Unless you show context and proof of the cosmology, then outerverse could be interpreted as literally anything. Of course, including the base definition, which would mean outside of the universe. Also wasn't affected by BPH's powerful attacks, which BPH's powerful attacks is able is crazy. But basically what he's saying is that his attacks are high outer, and because his debunked Foxina into irrelevant layers into solar system level, well, not solar system, but low multiversal level, he'd easily be able to win. Well, for one, you have to prove that his power is high outer by showing scans and proper scaling, and not just saying that he's high outer without actually showing a scan or proof that he is high outer using the versus battle wiki or character stats and profiles wiki tiering system. And you also said, you don't, like, Foxina isn't the most powerful character. Neither is Henry X Miku. There are characters who are way stronger than that, which you couldn't debunk no matter what. I mean, you still can't debunk my characters. It's just that you made an attempt to. Also, you can't just say it's high outer without actually demonstrating how it's high outer. You haven't given an ontological claim. Like, what? In Nick versus BPH, I was able to control space, time, reality, multiverse, outerverse. and other stuff. Other stuff. What other stuff? What? Okay, let's. Okay, so space, time, and reality. Okay, you're now universal plus. You're now 4D. Then you said multiverse. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say that there's more than 1,000 universes, which would make this just regular 2B, aka multiversal. Again, outerverse doesn't inherently scale anywhere, but because you said, because you said he controls the outerverse, and because my definition is just something outside, I'm going to rank this to low 1C, low complex multiversal, and say that the outerverse is transcendent over the regular nick.exe multiverse, even though that still would be wrong. I'm still giving you that feat, even though it's incorrect. I'm throwing you a bone here. I'm making you 5D, essentially. Because, you can't say outerverse, because unless you clarify how this exactly scales to outerversal, like how I did with Madrina, I said that her world, an infinite hierarchy of dimensions going up and transcending the last. Let me sorry, I had to cough because your scales are shit. But basically, yeah, you did not provide any evidence or cosmological evidence that this would scale that way. All right, now on to the next thing. Again, you haven't scaled BPH properly, so this statement is baseless and it doesn't mean shit. Also, you can't whoop developer showdown in seconds after I debunk this. This is just the beginning of his weakest form, and it's already... No, it's not. No, it's not. Your wall level. Shut up. Actually, technically, I gave you MFTL feats along with a low complex multiversal feat, but the fact that I had to give you those is crazy, and no, it's not enough. You literally wouldn't even get past one lower god in the verse. You're done for. Who also... In the comments, you said that your IRL friends, and the friends in your Discord server, they don't know how to scale like crazy. So, yeah. In my last video about you, I told you how to make a powerful character. Now that I'm better at scaling than I was back then, I'm going to tell you how to make a proper powerful character. Jesus Christ. Of course, I'm not going to tell you how to scale higher than my verse, because realistically, you're not, no matter what you do. All right, so let's get into that.